some advice that I would give for someone preparing to go on a mission, or a mission to Hong Kong, would be to be converted, because I feel like it's so important as a missionary that you preach these things and you tell people about the gospel. But the problem is, if you don't know these things, or if you're not converted to the gospel, it's hard to convert someone beyond your own conversion. And that's something that I learned on my mission, that you can't convert someone beyond your own knowledge. And so it's so important for you to know the gospel, to know why people should join, or why people should spend time to learn about it. And with that, when you're teaching them, to be a bold teacher, to be someone that's, they'll say things like, I know that these things are true, rather than say, I believe, to really help them to realize that these blessings are real. And with being bold, it's so important that they understand that, and that they understand that you're not being like boastful or things like that, but that you really know that these things are true, and that you're confident in what you're saying. And to really, in your teaching, to use examples, or just to really put yourself out there, to really to forget yourself and to put others before you. And that's something that I'd say as a return missionary that I really did learn, that I put myself behind, and I'd put the investigator in front of me, and I'd say, what do they need, and to assess them, and to really help them to realize that what I am doing here is not for me, but for them. And as a result, it'll help yourself, but your main goal is to help them to learn about the gospel. And I think those things that I just said are so important, to be converted, to be bold, and to forget yourself and go to work. In the start of my mission, it was pretty rough. It was, as most missionaries probably experienced, but it was something I'm very grateful for, because on your mission you'll have a lot of time to meet different companions, to be with different companions, to live with them 24/7, and there'll be things that you like and don't like about them, or things that maybe you're not really used to or comfortable with. But as you learn to look for the good in people and learn to understand them more, you learn to love them more. And I think that's something that I really did learn, is that attitude. Attitude plays a big role in not just your mission, but in your life after your mission as well. To have the attitude that you'll look for the good in people. I remember this quote that I learned on my mission, and it said, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. And I really took that to heart. I remember when I first heard that, I thought about it a lot, and I assessed myself, and I said I need to change. Because with that attitude, when you look at people with that scope, then you'll see them as the ability to change into a member. You'll see them in church clothes, or you'll see people who are maybe smoking, drinking, or whatever the circumstance may be, and you'll be able to envision them as a member of the church. And likewise with people who are of our church, you'll be able to see your companions in a different way. You'll see the things that you're doing in a different way, and it really just makes you a lot more happy, a lot more joyful, and a peaceful person. And I think that's something that really helped me on my mission, that I came to the knowledge of this, and it really shaped me into the missionary that I became, and helped me to realize that that's a very important lesson for me to learn. That in the beginning, I maybe didn't have that attitude, but as I progressed throughout the mission, that I gained this knowledge of knowing that attitude can mean so much. It can shape the day, or the month, or the year of your service. And if you have a bad attitude, you're gonna struggle through your mission. Whereas if you have a good attitude, and you're looking for good in people, then your mission will be a very happy experience. And so that's something that I would say really that I gained from serving my mission, and it still affects me today. That I'll be able to have that attitude, especially in school, or in work, or with my family, or with friends, or with anything, that I will be able to be happy no matter what happens.